Hello, people that know how's all doing. Today I'm talking about my political ambitions. So, what I hope to achieve if I ever get elected to the government or even elected to the channel or anything like that. At the moment, I'm just kind of some person who just gives a fuck about the government. That's to be honest with you. I don't really have a good say in anything, to be honest with you. Well, I have a bit of a say in the county council, but I don't have the greatest say in the county council, you know what I'm saying? So, my ambitions is really in if I was going for the government or going for any top range job in the government of Ireland or anything in the wider political scale of Ireland, I would want to create a more understanding country, a more country that is acceptable for people who are gay and people who are disfortunate, not to have enough money and things like that. I want a country that is very understanding. That's the word I'm looking for. Very understanding and very open. Like, I'm very open of a person in saying that. I would love to see a culture that's very open. That's two things we'd love to see in this country. People just being very open and able to say what they want to say and not be afraid of anybody threatening them or abusing them because what they believe or what they don't believe in. Second of all, I would love if there was absolutely no one on the street. That'd be nearly my Christmas dream come true. Like, if it was Christmas, but that'd be my dream come true. I devastatingly hate looking at the news and like 10,000 people and 12,000 jumping down to 10,000 again. And then you're like, half of them are children, and then you're like, what kind of country do we live in? What kind of society do we live in? What kind of a world do we live in? That we're letting children lie in the streets? Like, you often think that to yourself when you watch the news, and it's depressing, really, because and it's really it does take a toll on me, and it does take a toll probably on a lot of people looking at it, especially mentally for me, because it's very you always keep them in your mind, because you always, especially children, the issues with children, I always keep in my mind very closely because they're the most vulnerable in the society, especially mentally and physically, because they're not immune to different things. Like, if an older person was out on the street, which I'd be disgraced too, but if a younger person, like a child of 4-year-old, was on the street, it'd be terrible. It'd be terrible, literally. But I would love to end that if it was in the government, and healthcare and mental healthcare too. I would love just to have a country that was positive, never anything negative, just all positive, and a very good understanding education system where the young people of Ireland tell the Department of Education, we want to do this, we want to try this, because it's our education, we pay for it, our parents pay for it, our grandmothers or whoever, they pay their taxes to the state, and we should get what we want. Like, if they want to do, I'm not saying there should be no classes at all, there should be no school, but think of it this way: if you're going on for being let's just say a politician, then you will really just want to go on for maths or politics, maybe in business, a tiny bit of business, but you wouldn't really be going for meta work or woodwork. I hope that the government don't start making I don't know, meta bows in the government just to batter some TDs around the place when they get out of line, but that's a bit over the top now. Or build a coffin when the country's going down and after the 2008. That's probably what they built, a coffin out of wood. Oh well, honestly, they were bad times. So yeah, that's really what I would love to achieve, and if I was any high up job in the government, I would love to just achieve that more positive, less fearful country too, a country that is not afraid to look fear in the eye and just give it the finger. That's the basic I'm trying to say here. And I would just love if everybody in this country could just get along with each other. Like, we are here on this island, 4 million of us, and we see people complaining about neighbours next door, and I know myself, not in this town where we live in, but you often see people fucking getting tick with people next door down the road from them. They have this dog out and they have that dog out. Like, I would love to just bring an understanding. Like, we are people, we are human beings. We make my mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody learns from the mistakes. Some people don't and they end up in prison, but that's what they deserve if they don't learn from the mistakes. Because I learned from my mistakes a long, long time ago. And that's why I'm here now, to be honest, because it shaped me into the person I am, which is a more open and understanding person, especially open. In the last 2 years, I've been very, very open. I won't deny that before that, I never was that open. And before that, I was less quiet and I wouldn't speak as much as I usually do now because you can't shut me up now. Which is good or bad thing, but it depends the way you look at it. But it's a good thing, to be honest, in my opinion. But the thing I would just love to remember is the thing that we are old country, we are a long, long time ago in this country. We're not the state, the Irish state, but our people have been here for generations. Like, bad. Like, what I'm trying to say is we are a more older country, like Newgrange's, good God, I can't remember how long it's been about, like, that's a long time ago. And, like, we're an old country, we should admire old traditions. Like, I remember one person saying to me after the New Year's, they opened the door to let, I think it was, what's the saying, they opened the back door, they let the past out, and then they opened the foot door to let the new year in, wasn't it? Yeah, that's what it was. Like, that's an old Celtic Irish tradition, which it's going back long, long time ago. Like, that's something like when people heard that, they were like, that this one's just went in the head. That's really what they said. I was like, it's an old tradition. Like, what more do you want me to say about it? Like, they have the right, really. It's their own house, it's their own door. I wouldn't mind if they went to everybody's house instead of opening the doors of everybody's houses, but they didn't. We have to understand people's tradition, Irish people's traditions, because different Irish people do different things. Like, especially my family does different things. Like, we believe the dead, it comes in like animals too. I believe that dead people I know from, or even in my family too, I know that the animals kind of, like birds or robins, especially robins, I often see robins stare at me and watch me, because I often think to myself, I know it sounds a bit ridiculous, but that's what I believe, that they are a past loved one and they're watching over you and keeping you safe. But yeah, so we have to understand that. Anyway, thank you for watching. I know I went down for a tiny bit, but it was hard to kind of explain a few things and trying to think. But anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe for more, and bye.